Hey, today we've got news regarding the stats for the upcoming items in the Python Commandos, such as the new Guard Dog, Chainsaw Sword, and more. We'll also briefly go over information about performance improvements coming in the next patch, plus we have more to discuss. If you could do me a solid, tap the thumbs up button right away and the hype button below. With that said, let's jump in. So next week, the new Python Commando's Warbond is going to drop on December 2nd, and I know there are a lot of questions surrounding the new Warbond. Specifically, players out there want to know the stats, and that's what we're going to go over right now. The first one, I think most of you already know, the new Maxi Gun Stratagem will have medium armor penetration instead of light pen, which by the way is good to know. Light armor penetration would have been a terrible choice in my opinion. And the only reason is simple. It's a minigun stratagem, so it should have some real power behind it. Also, on a side note, Alexus just posted this and wrote, "Though it's quite ammo hungry, I wouldn't call Maxi Gun expendable. You can pick up ammo and keep shooting if your teammate plays Mama Goose with a supply pack. You practically turn into a Gatling sentry." Now that's awesome. Essentially, you can just sit in one place, have another person feed you the ammo, and continuously lay down fire on an enemy without ever having to reload. I would like to know, what are your thoughts about the new info regarding the Maxi Gun Stratagem? Post a comment below and tell me what you think. On a different note, we also have word that the new ARGL-21 is going to have light armor penetration because the community manager was asked if he could reveal any details. He replied that he'd ask, and then shortly after he confirmed its light armor penetration. So personally, I don't think that's an issue, plus it's got a grenade launcher attachment, and on that note, I can't wait to try it out on an Overseer, a Flesh Mob, or even a Charger to see how well it does in terms of damage. Anyway, we've got news about the next patch as well as some information about the new Hot Dog Stratagem because Mitchimus confirmed that it's got the same exact damage as the Torture, which I talked about that in yesterday's video. And it makes sense given that the AR-23 Guard Dog has the same amount of damage as the Lib Pen, or in other words, Liberator Penetrator. Nevertheless, in this post, Mitchimus also wrote that the Chainsaw Sword will start off with medium armor penetration. It'll then go up to heavy penetration as you continue to grind the sword on an enemy. And that right there is so cool, and I'm going to have a blast testing that once I get my hands on the new Warbond and this new Chainsaw Sword. So keep an eye out for the next Warbond test video on the 2nd of next week. Lastly, in this post, Mitchimus continued on to say that December 2nd will have more optimization and performance improvements. Overall, it seems like the next update is going to be a solid patch that'll introduce new weapons and performance improvements. Now, at the current time, we have no idea what else Arrowhead is planning, but I'm sure it's going to be incredible. And I can't wait to see what they have up their sleeves. So let me know what you think about the stats and everything we just went over. Do they seem good or not? Let's discuss it all in the comments. Okay, before we continue on to the next topic, I'd like to address some things that are going around that are untrue. If you recall, yesterday I revealed that there's a new set of armor, a banner, and a new Double Freedom shotgun coming to the Superstore. However, there's an altered image, or rather a poorly photoshopped one, circulating that shows the armor in the Superstore with fake prices. I want to quickly give a shout out to Helldivers Now, which is a great X account that posts all sort of stuff, stuff happening in the community. Nonetheless, you'll notice that the image on the left that's been shared has the new armor. But there's an extra set of arms on the lower part. A lot of players assumed it was fake or AI generated, but you all know that's not the case at all. I even replied to a comment on that post stating that this is a fake image and showed the real armor right here. The reason why I'm bringing this up is that there were rumors going around that I shared the actual store page, which isn't true at all, and some thought I faked it with AI. For the record, I don't use AI in my thumbnails or videos or anything like that. Not that there's anything wrong with it. If you like to do it, then do it. It's not really going to affect me. Anyway, this is a photoshopped version of the real armor I shared yesterday. So if you see this image floating around, it's not the real price or the actual in-game shop image because of the extra like limbs on the bottom there. Also, Helldivers Now simply shared that post from Reddit, so it's not their fault at all. Just wanted to make that clear. Again, shout out to him. Oh, and also, if you're wondering, is the DBS2 Double Freedom new? No, it's not at all. And in fact, if you check out the weapons in Helldivers 1, the OG, the original, you can tell right here, we could see there's DBS2 Double Freedom. So it's not new at all, but for most of you, it's gonna be, right? Because you probably haven't played Helldivers 1. So yeah, I thought this was interesting. Wanted to share this as well. And yeah, you can see the whole entire image here from Helldivers 1. With that information aside, we have another post from Major Truth. If you don't know, Major Truth gave us a sneak peek of the Flesh Mob, I think, a few months ago. Before they were announced, there was like a video footage from Super Earth, as well as so much more. But don't get this confused, it's not a leaker, it's Arrowhead's fun way of giving us like news and sneak peek at stuff and just having fun with us online. So you can see here we have a new post from Major Truth where it says, "Wow, seems that we have a lot to discuss. I'm so touched that my beliefs are still shared and remembered by so many. I guess Major Truth was right all along. Ha 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 ha. Let me think of a way for us to touch base and align. Maybe not here though, who knows who might be listening." That's kind of crazy, and the reason is that we could potentially see a Major Truth website, perhaps, or maybe there's going to be a puzzle where we essentially uncover whatever information Major Truth has on Super Earth. I'm just guessing, right? By the way, I quickly want to say that if Major Truth is caught again, I don't think he'll get a second chance. But we'll see where things go from here. I'll be sure to keep you updated on all the latest news. Continuing on, we have a post here that I thought was interesting, and I didn't notice this when I actually brought up the whole entire Warbond. You can see the key art here, or the artwork in general, where there's an ancient Illuminate relic that this Helldiver points out. There's an Illuminate Hordes, and then there's something right here that says Hot Dog doing his best. That's hilarious. Nevertheless, this right here might potentially be a new, like, Illuminate cave system, right? That would be interesting. It truly would be. And in fact, I can't wait to see what they're going to do with the automatons once we get to that part, right? Like, what are they going to do? Are they going to give us a similar situation where we maybe go into like some huge bunker instead of like a cave system? Maybe, I don't know. But this is so cool, guys, and potentially we might just get an Illuminate cave system. So let me know what you think about this as well. Personally, if you were to ask me, I would say no. And the reason why, we've seen some artwork in the past where they've showed, like, for example, a testing range. We haven't received a testing range. So there's a possibility there could be an Illuminate cave system. There could be a possibility that there's not. Take it with a grain of salt is pretty much what I'm saying here. We're now going to continue along and check out a post from Shams Georgiani, Arrowhead CEO. There's a Helldiver that wanted to know if they're going to nerf anything, or stealth nerf anything. And, you know, pretty much this is what Shams wrote. Not mentioning changes is unintentional. Sorry. And then someone wanted to know, what did he mean by that? And he said, beyond specific weapon changes being a system-driven game, there's the whole domino effect of changing one system. What you perceive as Weapon X is the combination of system A, B, C, D interacting. So sometimes it's hard to track everything fully and share clearly with you all. So I guess sometimes they miss out on the patch notes or something. I'm not entirely sure what he's talking about, but yeah, interesting stuff. Okay, next up, Arrowhead CEO was asked about the PC lock bug. I'm pretty sure this is about the whole, like, hard locking issues, and Shams replied, being investigated. Hopefully it'll be resolved by next year, or maybe next year, who knows. Nevertheless, what we have next is a question about quality fixes, and can we basically expect another big quality update? Shams wrote, There's more coming, and hopefully we hold the line. More work to be done. Continuing on, we have more questions here, but this is about a bestiary. If you don't know, that's basically an encyclopedia, right, for the game to tell us all sorts of stuff, lore-wise, enemy-wise, and so on. This is what Shams wrote. It would be cool, but is an effort-intensive feature. Gameplay has higher prio. So, yeah, I guess we most likely won't see an encyclopedia. We won't see anything like that, unfortunately, which is kind of a bummer, but it makes sense, I guess. The next question is, will the Killzone armor ever return? And Shams wrote, yes. But the thing is, we've been hearing that quite a lot and haven't seen anything. I think it's been said since last year or maybe earlier this year. I can't recall, but yeah, that's pretty much all he had to say. Continuing on, what about more customization options for primary weapons? Shams wrote, I hope so. Some people love customization, but fewer than we thought. Well, that's surprising. I absolutely love customization and would love to throw on a grenade launcher on a lip pin would be pretty sweet. But yeah, I guess there's not many people that actually like customization. Up next, we have a question about the pre-order armors. Are they going to release it again? And Sham said it's being discussed, so who knows what's going on there. Let's see what else we have here. What about field of view aim down sight bug? And Shams wrote, it's a known issue being looked at. And that's pretty much all he had to say. And I would go over the top comments today, but this video would be like 13 minutes long, and I'm just not going to do that to you. But in the next video, I'll be showcasing 6 total comments. 3 from the previous video and 3 from this video. So comment below and let me know what you think. So yeah, this is pretty much the end of the video. If you can do me a favor, tap the like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, and tap the hype button below if you're on mobile. Thank you so much for the support, and I'll see you in the next one.